Good morning, Cullman. Thank you for tuning in to Cullman Today. I'm your host, Dustin Isom, and today is Monday, July 1st. We have a lot to look at in local news today, including information on the Good Samaritan Clinic's Health Expo, the Logan and Cleveland Community Garden, and the retirement of the Cullman County Museum's Drew Green. All of this plus sports, weather, and more, but for now, let's dive into the top stories happening in Cullman today. The reckless homicide trial of Tyler Jacob Guthery, 28 of Cullman County, ended early Wednesday evening with not guilty verdicts from the jury for the most serious counts for a 2021 crash that killed one person and injured another. Guthery faced charges of reckless manslaughter, criminally negligent homicide, second-degree assault, driving under the influence of a controlled substance, and failure to yield right-of-way in a February 20, 2021 vehicle crash that killed Rebecca Young Irby and injured David Helton. Jurors found Guthery guilty only of failure to yield. Cullman County District Attorney Champ Crocker told the Tribune, "My office prosecuted this case based on the tragic events of February 20, 2021, which resulted in the death of Rebecca Young Irby. While I may not agree with the jury's verdict, I must respect it. We will continue to work through the backlog of cases we inherited upon taking office last year. Most importantly, Ms. Irby's family will remain in our prayers." Next up, on Friday, June 28th, the Good Samaritan Health Clinic partnered with the staff of the Alabama Cooperative Extension System to host a health expo, offering clinic patients information on nutrition, living with diabetes, and simple home fitness routines. Good Samaritan Executive Director Jolanda Hudson said, "This is the first of many similar events the clinic plans to host to promote wellness and prevention among our patients and community." And to finish out our top stories, the Cullman Police Department recently added 2 dual-purpose motorcycles to be used in and around parks to improve response times in emergency situations. Sergeant Chuck Scheichel and Motor Officer Don Slocum shared that the ease of deployment with these motorbikes through rough terrain or challenging places will give the CPD better travel capabilities. Scheichel said Police Chief David Nacetta was instrumental in acquiring the bikes for the department. The CPD currently has 4 motor officers. Since adding the new bikes, it said, 23 more have signed up to become certified. Now that we have the top stories out of the way, we're going to take a quick break before returning with sports.
Discover what's buzzing in Cullman with Community Matters, where every story pops off the page with local flair. It's the magazine that's got the inside track on what's now, what's new, and who's who. Get the lowdown on top eats and 411 on recipes that'll turn up your summer cooking game. Relive our local team's triumphs on the sports fields and pencil in summer's hottest events for fun the whole family will love. Get your copy of Community Matters at the Cullman Tribune, any of the local businesses on screen, or scan the QR code.
Hello and welcome back. Now it's time to find out what's going on in the world of sports. In today's sports segment, let's check in on the latest award earned by one of Cullman County's most decorated athletes of all time. Gatorade announced Thursday that Cold Springs standout Ethan Edgeworth has been selected as this year's Gatorade Alabama Boys Track and Field Player of the Year. Edgeworth earned Boys Cross Country Gatorade Player of the Year honors earlier this year as well, after a phenomenal cross-country season last fall. And he picked up right where he left off when track arrived in the spring. The award, which celebrates the nation's top high school athletes for excellence on the field, in the classroom, and in the community, distinguishes Edgeworth as Alabama's best high school boys track and field player. The 5'11", 130-pound senior set a state record in the 1,600-meter run and won the 800 as well at the Class 2A state meet this past season, leading the Eagles to the team title. Edgeworth's time of 4 minutes and 3.96 seconds in the 1,600 ranked number 6 nationally among prep boys runners this spring. At the Arcadia Invitational in April, he took 6th in the 3,200 with a time of 8 minutes and 38.49 seconds, which is also a new state record. That time ranked number 6 nationally as well. Ranked number 23 in the mile split top 50, he ran a personal best mile of 4 minutes and 2.27 seconds to win the National Running Lane Track Championships and record the nation's 9th fastest time in that event. A member of the National Honor Society, his school's Fellowship of Christian Athletes chapter, and Student Government Association, Edgeworth has volunteered locally on behalf of Future Farmers of America and is a member of the Cold Springs math team. Edgeworth has maintained a 4.14 weighted GPA in the classroom and has signed a national letter of intent to compete on an athletic scholarship at the University of Tennessee this fall. That covers sports for today, but make sure to check with the Cullman Tribune each day for the latest in sports coverage from across the area. We'll be back after this message. Hello and welcome back to Cullman Today. Now it's time to speed things up with a news rundown. 4 stories in under 4 minutes. Congratulations to Drew Green on his well-deserved retirement from the Cullman County Museum after more than a decade of dedicated service. Since joining the museum in 2012 and becoming its manager in 2018, Drew has been an invaluable asset to the city of Cullman, sharing his extensive knowledge of local history, assisting with research, and enthusiastically participating in community events. His unwavering commitment to preserving and promoting Cullman's unique heritage has left a lasting mark on the museum and the community it serves. We wish Drew the best in his retirement. 19-year-old Nicholas Roos, a 2023 Cullman High School graduate studying electrical engineering at the University of Alabama in Huntsville, helped his team win out over all other U.S. entries to take second-place honors in the world at the American Astronautical Society's 2024 CanSat competition, a contest to see if engineers can design and launch an egg to over 2,000 feet and safely return it to Earth. Team Shockwave, one of the 3 teams from UAH, produced a vehicle that was entirely student-designed and made, with a camera that always focused at the horizon, parachute, sensors for collecting atmospheric data, and, most importantly, an egg that would not crack to simulate a passenger inside the payload. On Friday, June 28th, the group of volunteers and gardeners at the Logan and Cleveland Community Garden met again to install a watering system for the raised beds. The installation of soaker hoses is a game changer for the garden. These hoses will ensure the beds are watered evenly and consistently, a crucial factor for growing produce in the Alabama heat. The next project for the Logan and Cleveland Community Garden has not been revealed. Still, garden bed holders and community members are welcome to reach out to the group at 256-620-2675 with any questions or for more information. The link of Cullman County's monthly community meal on Thursday, June 27th saw a large turnout despite ongoing construction. The usual dining experience was transformed into a drive-through format to accommodate the center's progress. Volunteers from this month's sponsor organization, Daystar Church, provided, prepared, and packaged the take-home meals. This allowed participants to drive up to the center's doors and have their meals brought directly to their vehicles. The change in format and threat of showers did little to keep the attendance numbers down, as a group of window runners served 80 hot dog meals to 22 vehicles and 3 individual walk-ups. The next community meal is July 11th, beginning at 6 p.m. at The Link, located at 708 9th Street Southeast in Cullman. Now for a quick break before we look at the weather ahead and pay our respects with obituaries. I will be right back after this quick message. Welcome back. Let's take a moment to pause and remember those who have lost their lives this week as we turn to obituaries. Patricia Bryant Sanchez. Patricia Bryant Sanchez, 57 of Odenville, passed away on June 28th at her residence. A graveside service for Miss Sanchez will be at 2:30 p.m. on Tuesday, July the 2nd at New Hope No. 2 Cemetery in Holly Pond. Visitation for the public will be from noon until 2 p.m. on Tuesday at Hansville Funeral Home. Hansville Funeral Home is honored to serve the family. Deltus Eugene Calvert. Deltas Eugene Calvert, 92 of Brushy Pond, died in Atlanta, Georgia on June 29th. A graveside service will be held on Tuesday, July the 2nd at 10 a.m. at Ryans Creek Baptist Cemetery in Bremen. Marilyn Hayes Calvert. Marilyn Hayes Calvert of Owens Crossroads passed away on June 30th at Willow Brook Skilled Care Center at Magnolia Trace in Huntsville. Visitation will take place from 1 until 2:15 p.m. on Saturday, July 6th at Christ Presbyterian Church in Owens Crossroads. The memorial service will begin at 2:30 p.m. An additional visitation will follow the service. Holly Pond Funeral Home is honored to serve the Calvert family. Dafford V. Smith. Dafford V. Smith, 88 of Cullman, passed away on Sunday, June 30th. No services are scheduled at this time. That finishes up obituaries for today. Our thoughts and prayers go out to their friends and families. Now, let's take a look at today's weather forecast. Today will be sunny with a high near 89. Tonight will be mostly clear with a low of around 66. Tomorrow is set to be mostly sunny with a high near 90, and tomorrow night is mostly clear with a low of around 71. That concludes another edition of Cullman Today. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back bright and early tomorrow morning at 6:30 a.m. For now, I'm Dustin Nysom with Cullman Today, wishing you a marvelous Monday, Cullman.